Hey everyone, welcome to Make Gains, the channel where we break down money, mindset, and moves you can make to level up your life. If you're about making gains financially, personally, or anything in between, you're in the right place. So if this is your first time joining us, thank you first of all, but second of all, please hit that like and subscribe button. This is a brand new channel and this would help me tremendously if you could do that. Today, we're going to be talking about electric vehicle regrets. Let's get into it.
I don't know if I'm type A, type B, but I'm type impatient. If you want to get an electric car, don't do it. Don't do it.
This is a PSA for anybody considering getting an electric vehicle. Don't. Just don't. That's all I can say. Dumbest I've ever done. Worst decision I've ever made. Pay $1,500 a month for a car that I can't drive because I'm never charged. Because this is modern day Hunger Games. This is Hunger Games. You have to wait for 2 hours to get a charge. People are quite literally fighting at chargers. They're always broken. The infrastructure for these cars is non-existent. I would rather pay $200 for a tank of gas than to ever have to waste my time doing what I'm doing right now.
I no longer want an electric car. I no longer want one. Nope, no thank you. I just spent an hour looking for a charging station. An hour! And now I'm here, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know if the car's charging, and it's hot, and I don't know where I'm at. I don't even know if it's charging. I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes. I don't even know if it's working. I don't even know if it's working. I think I'm gonna stop it. I'm just gonna go because I can't deal with this. I'm sweating.
I've heard this story from many people who have an electric vehicle. So if you have an electric vehicle, comment below with what your experience is like. But many of the folks that I know who have an electric vehicle pretty much say that you have to have a charger at your home. So for those living in an apartment complex, or especially if you're not in a larger city, I think it'd be really difficult to find charging stations. And that idea with them all being broke is not the first time I've heard that either.
This is your monthly reminder to never get an electric vehicle or go in Mercedes. So not only is it a crazy hassle to have this electric vehicle, if you don't do your research, of course, and if you don't get a charger installed in your house, and if it's not your second vehicle. These are all things I wish somebody told me before I got an electric vehicle, but I'm gonna tell you guys. Number one, make sure the tank is over 300 miles. Mine is 220 miles, so in 2 days I'm already charging. And the money you're saving with going electric, you're now spending time. And if you know anything about anything, time is more valuable than money, okay? Also, you can't just charge your car wherever. Like, I thought I was charging that Tesla. You can't just do that. You gotta have a specific app, and once you get there, you gotta make sure, first of all, when you check in the app, it might show that it's free, but once you get there, there's gonna be a line of 12 people waiting. Now you're number 13, and you got another 3 more hours before you charge. So make sure the app is right, but that don't even matter, because once you get there, something else is gonna happen. Listen, then you gotta learn how to charge your car. Set up your payment, make sure the payment is good and everything is all great. That's gonna take you another hour. Long story short, I ran out of charge within the first week of me having my car. I've towed my car to Mercedes about 15 times since then because of electrical problems. So there's tons of electrical problems. Now I'm in a loaner, the second loaner, because the first one I just had yesterday caught a flat. So now they put me in this second nice ass EQS, $100,000 car, and I paid $300 for the last tire. Now, yeah, I get it, it's Mercedes. I should have known what I was doing. Listen, don't get an electric car. Stick to gas. And I don't want to hear nothing about this hybrid stuff, because it ain't really hybrid. If you know, you know. Don't get an electric car.
I don't think you had a good experience. What do you think? That, however, is the experience that I've heard from multiple people. Like if you go look at videos online, tons of people are saying this, that whenever you pull up to a charger, there's 50 other people waiting. And then you got to know how to use it. You got to have the special app or whatever. And then sometimes they plug it in and it doesn't charge. They're constantly broken. And then people are fighting over them because they're impatient. Yeah, it sounds like a miserable experience. But I also know people who have Teslas and they love them and will never have another vehicle. But I think the struggle is real. And if you're not prepared, then you could have big problems.
TikTok, I'm back at it again. This time, we're charging from 20%. I've been there for 62 minutes and I'm at $20 almost. With 73%, it says it's gonna stop at 80. I don't have time for this though. I don't have an hour every day to charge my car. If you have an electric car, I don't know how you do it. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, that time is money argument is a big one. So if you don't have a place to charge at your work, you're gonna be having to stop and spend quite a good amount of time to charge your vehicle. So, I've seen a lot of those cost comparisons of the lifetime of the vehicle. Time is one thing that's never included in that. I would love to see something break out. How much time does it take you sitting at charging stations versus gas stations? And if you can see that over a 10-year span, you're going to spend an extra month at a charging station, that might be a real valuable thing to know going into it.
And here's why you should never, ever, ever own a stupid Tesla, because charging stations, a rush hour, they get full, and then you gotta wait a half hour, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour to get a spot to charge your stupid electric car. And then when it's hot, you gotta run the AC when you're sitting in this turd, and it takes twice as long to charge. So yeah, Tesla, you suck. Worst car ever. The worst possible car in the history of mankind. There you have it. I gotta go waste my life in this car and wait another 15, 20 minutes for the stupid thing to charge. I hate this car.
Yeah, I'd never heard that about it being hot and having to turn on the air. It makes perfect sense, but an hour plus to charge your car?
Buying an electric vehicle right now could prove to be one of the worst financial decisions that you could make. It is for one of two reasons. The first has to do with the car market in general, and the second has to do with electric vehicles holding value, aka the depreciation on the electric vehicles.
So depreciation, I think, is one of the biggest problems that you're going to run into with any electric vehicle, because if you look at the prices of those, especially because of these government credits, the resale value is not great for some of these electric vehicles. So, I mean, I've seen a lot about half price after just a few years. You know, maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but they are depreciating at a much greater rate than some of these other vehicles.
People don't want used electric cars because they know the batteries degrade, and replacing the batteries is a nightmare right now. It's like they're tweeners. Like the tech is amazing. Driving them is incredible. It's instantaneous acceleration. They're amazing. The Porsche one is fantastic. Same as the Model S. The driving them makes other cars feel so stupid. But the problem is reselling them. You know, like that. It's like a BMW. Like say you buy a BMW M3 and then you want to get rid of it in 2 years. It doesn't lose much value. It's still a really valuable car that people want, because it probably will behave the exact same way as the day you drove it off the lot, but you can get it now for cheaper. But not a lot cheaper.
Right.
But not with these, which is kind of crazy. Buddy of mine's kid got an Audi, like this sick Audi. I think it's called the e-tron. He got it for like $60,000. It was like a $120,000 car a couple of years ago. So that's an issue.
But how long are the batteries supposed to last?
That's a good question. You know, they slowly degrade over time. And I don't think there's anything you can do to stop that. I think that's just...
Kind of like your iPhone.
Yeah. Well, your iPhone's even worse.
Battery degradation is a real issue because anytime you start dealing with batteries, they always degrade over time. I mean, the technology in these new batteries is fantastic. So they last quite a while. I mean, there's plenty of these vehicles that are 10 years old that are still charging at 80%, but there are plenty of them also that are not. Yeah, I was looking at a Tesla, 2015 Tesla last week, just out of curiosity. Fairly inexpensive. It was about $15,000. But when I read the description, I was thinking, yeah, that seems like a good value, right? It was a beautiful car. The inside looked immaculate. But when you read the description, it said it only charges to 20%. So think about that. If the car is supposed to get 300 miles and you're only charging at 20%, that's only 60 miles, and that's before you're dead. So every 40 miles or so, you're going to have to figure out where you're charging this thing. So unless you're only driving 10 miles a day, then that would never make sense. And even, chances are that's going to get worse. So it'd be a bad idea to purchase that vehicle. And yeah, sure, you can replace the batteries, but have you guys looked at how much it costs to replace a battery? It is expensive. So to replace a battery, it averages $15,000 to $20,000 just for the battery. That's not even having it installed. So when you hear people talk about how they don't want to buy an electric vehicle and they regret buying an electric vehicle, now you understand why. So the question is, would you buy an electric vehicle knowing these problems? Is your city set up for that infrastructure? Well, thanks for watching Make Gains, where we level up our money, our mindset, and our lives. If you'd like to keep growing, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Let's get it.